And sorry. Good morning, beautiful people. We are the second day of the month. It's March the 2nd. That's crazy. This month is flying by. I mean, this year's starting to fly by. So, we're going to be talking about the goals again. So, goals haven't changed, but they're definitely still there. Um, like I mentioned, we just got to hit this goal, but it's not it's not a dire necessity to hit the goal. I mean, the main part is that people are getting help and they're understanding that they're willing to be open. And even if you don't understand what's going on, I think it's fine. I think it's perfectly fine that we are in the middle of it. So, yes, 2025 ended, and excuse me, everyone set up their resolution goals. Mine, of course, was going to be to make sure that I'm able to hit 25, uh, 500 subscribers by the end of the year. That is 250 more subscribers. That would be amazing, right? So I know that the goal that I have to do, I have to be able to be online, doing lives, posting video consistently. I don't want to attract people who I am getting just to fill the blanks. I am going to get people who are going to help build a community. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to build a community for mind, like-minded individuals who want to talk about their mental health, talk about the struggles that they're going through, and then talk about what helped them get out of it. My manager just recently told us, and I was in sales, so I know how sales work. You would talk about the good ones, but it was very rare you talked about the bad ones, the ones that you didn't get. And my manager said, whenever you talk about the bad ones, people start realizing that they're not the only ones that are going and getting those objections. They're not the only ones that are going through that. And if you post it and talk about it, you'll be able to know that you may be going through something like that, and you don't know how to overcome that objection or overcome that no, and then you're going to be in that next status of how can I help others do that. So my manager was talking about this, and he was telling me go and talk about all the times that you're getting a no. Don't talk about the times that you're getting a yes. And it made me realize something that I'm also doing also. Like we're talking about all the bad stuff in our life as if it is a no. We're talking about the mental health. We're talking about the anxiety, the depression, the thoughts of us not wanting to be here anymore. We're talking about this because no one taught us how to do this. No one taught us how to grow up and deal with mental health. No one taught, especially men. If you were feeling some type of way in the Hispanic community, they were told that you're just not cleaning enough, you're not doing enough to um, do around the house, and that's how it is sometimes. But we're not like that anymore. And when you accept God into your life, you follow Christ, you get saved, you get baptized, everything like that, you are deciding that you want to break that chain of depression, anxiety, thoughts of not being here, loneliness, hurt, all of the above. You're deciding that I'm going to break the chain and I'm going to do better for myself. I'm going to be better for myself. I'm going to be better for my kids, my family. And this doesn't just have to be on the men's side, this is also on the women's side. We are supposed to learn how to heal before we get into something else. I've seen it time and time again where a girl talks about it. She was in a relationship that was very abusive and verbally, mentally, everything. And then you ask them, how was your childhood? And you say, well, my parents went through the exact same thing. Thinking about something that you don't want to go through your whole life, you end up being in it. And yes, it is sad, it is hurtful, and we're not planning on continuing that lifestyle. But sometimes people do not allow themselves to heal before they go into another relationship. You don't find a love for yourself. You try to fill that void, that love that you think you are having. Love isn't manipulation. It's not something that you use against someone. Love isn't hurting someone. Love is peace. Love is when you get up in the morning, the first thing you think about is how can I help this person? Love love hurts because you want to make sure that the other person on the other side of you giving that love out is 100% okay. And that's the same thing that Jesus did for us. He sacrificed himself so that way you can have eternal life with God the Father. And we are, no matter what you grew up in, if you grew up in the church, you didn't grow up in the church, you grew up atheist, all of that stuff. I grew up atheist. I grew up in a way of understanding that there's nothing after you die. And now my life has changed because I understand what it means to feel the presence. And I'm happy. I get to work on things in the perspective of how can I be better next time? How can I help someone next time? How can I do something that's bigger than myself? Jesus didn't come down here so that he can take care of himself, so that he can show off all the miracles that he can do, all the power that he has. He came down here so he can show you that he is just like you and that he will take the same pain that you are feeling right now and make you whole. Oh, hey, good morning. Good morning. It's easier said than done. I know this. I mean, I look at me. Like I'm still going through it. But that's okay because you're not supposed to be perfect. God doesn't want you perfect. He wants you the way that you are. The way that you are, you're going to understand what humility is, loneliness is, depression, all of these spirits that are dwelling inside you. He's going to know, you're going to know how it feels to go through that. But he is also not going to manipulate you. He's not trying to hurt you or make you feel like you're not worth it. He only wants, out of everything that he made in this world, he only wants your love. That's crazy, right? Like he literally made everything in the entire universe and only wants is your love. You know how crazy that sounds? Think of your parents. Think of how you want to raise your kids. You give them everything that they have. Everything that they're doing right now is because you have been molding them to go in that direction, right? So because of that, at the end of the day, you want them to respect you and to love you and to know that you're always going to be there for them. And that's the same way God is. Uh, I know that this is probably hitting someone more than it should this morning, on a Monday morning, but there's no time where you can't experience God's love. We should be able to be in His presence and experience. Well, hopefully I can plug it back in. Look at that. The headphone wire got stuck somewhere. There we go. All right. Like I was saying, there's no time where you should be able to experience His love. It's not should be on a Wednesday service, Sunday service, at prayer. It should be every single day. Just like our parents love us every single day, and there's some parents out there that call their kids every single day. He is calling you every single day. Not just today because it's Monday, not just because you're going to church on Sunday. It's every day. And it may feel like it's the end of the world and you don't have no one to talk to, but you can talk to him. You can talk to him about anything and everything. And that is part of the goal. That is part of what we're trying to do here. This world is chaotic. It hurts. It's painful. But you're gonna get better one day. And I know that this is just the first stepping stone. If you ever need anything, if you ever want to reach out, DMs are open. I always feel like everyone should be able to reach out. It doesn't matter who you are. And if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. I know how it feels to be alone, and I wouldn't want to feel alone. I wouldn't want anyone else to experience what I went through. That's going to be it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your week. God bless you guys, and I'll